All right, we're recording now, mate. This is episode 1. SimCaders, Fatfurby, and
So
Inxile. Yep. And
Chewing the fat.
What are we going to talk about, mate?
Well, we can start off the top of the show with a platinum trophy, mate.
Platinum trophy. It's done and dusted, isn't it?
Yeah, mate. I literally just hopped off a stream right now, and smashed out the old platinum trophy for Gran Turismo Sport. So, which is where this all began, I guess. Way back when I decided I would kick off a YouTube channel, and then my old mate Fat Furbs started commenting and talking to me one day.
Yeah, no, that's it, mate.
And and then
tick
here
the
we
boxes. Tick the boxes.
Yeah. Yeah, 6 months or a year later, and now it's podcast territory. So, what do you talk about in your first podcast when you don't know what your audience listens to?
Not really sure, mate. We're just jumping in the deep end here, really, aren't we?
Definitely. So what's SimCaders going to be about? What's SimCaders about where you come from?
Well, after talking to you, mate, I think we both just love car racing, especially with simulation sort of games. I know with you as well, mate. Bit of a car background, bit of a car nut like myself. Building engines for cars. I used to have a turbo Triple S Pulsar. Chucked a SR20 DET into that sucker, and track days, etc. But now we are on to just sitting back in the lounge room with a simulator.
Yeah,
and
sort of cheaper, but more time consuming.
Well, it's turning out that way, isn't it?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, so I've got a similar story myself, I guess, there, if I'm not cutting you off.
No,
always wanted to be a race car driver ever since I was about 18, 19 or 20, something like that. Went to Bathurst, watched some race cars go around the track. I was like, oh my God, that looks like the world's greatest job. Returned home, bought a project car, did absolutely nothing to it because I didn't know what I was doing. Started a mechanic apprenticeship. Sold the first project car without putting a spanner on it, and then quickly got underway with the second project car, which also turned into my first track car. And it was probably around that time I had a mate that was into track driving as well, and he told me to get into simulators, and I was like, nah, mate, simulators is wasting your time. Do the real cars on real tracks or nothing at all.
Yeah.
And I moved on to my second project car. It's a 32 GDR, hence the name Inxile GDR. And I've since moved away. And this whole time I was always a Gran Turismo player, but only ever casually. And now I have no cars, but I have acquired myself a simulator and I just grind out Gran Turismo Sport and live vicariously in the virtual world.
Yeah, I forgot what I was going to say, mate. More like you are absolutely smashing it out daily when you can.
Try to, yeah. I always complain that I'm time limited, but here we are adding more things to that time limited day. But it's fun just talking shit about cars. I guess that's where this podcast came from. We just spent too much time talking shit on the phone, so we thought we may as well press a record button and talk some shit in front of a microphone as well.
Well, no, that's it, mate. I mean, it does seem to. I mean, the good thing about the sim racing thing is all the cool people that I have met, and you included, and we have pretty much hit it off straight away. And there is that daily Discord phone call that turns into an hour and a half, 2 hour, 3 hour, chat about what's been going on in Gran Turismo or something else. And yeah, like you said, mate, we might as well hit the record button and just talk a bit of crap.
And that's it. And with all the other games jumping on board now, especially in the not the PlayStation market, what do you call it? The console market, which is where we got the idea from SimCaders from. I've never had a gaming PC, not sure I'll be adding one anytime soon.
Yeah, no, me neither.
So just plebbing it on the old Gran Turismo. Did cross over to Forza for a few years though. Back when did GT die? Like when it was 7 years or something in between games, maybe 3 to 5 or something like that, or 4 to 5.
I think
4 or 6 or 7
4
year
to
gap.
5. Because Gran Turismo 4 that was still pumping. I finished up with Gran Turismo after 4 pretty much and was on Forza. Still on the Forza bandwagon. It's a bloody good game.
I will get back on the bandwagon eventually. When do you do that? I guess both new consoles are getting dropped, so it'll probably be saving up. Probably get the PlayStation first, especially if GT7 drops. That'll be, try and continue some of the GT Sport form straight into 7.
Well, that is the plan. Hopefully it does drop, but I don't think it will, mate. I don't think it'll be a release day.
It's not coming.
I'm just, I'm the negative Nancy of the crew.
It's all about that positivity, mate.
Yeah, mate.
Positivity. Super positive. Just like
when you're in first and you hit second, mate, and you get a bit grumpy.
Yeah, exactly, mate. I can't believe what's this bullshit.
Yeah. What? Wait.
I lost 3 seconds on a touch of the dirt just there. This is sudden.
Yeah, no, that's it.
It's just not on, mate. You shouldn't be making these mistakes.
Outrageous.
Oh, outrageous, mate. But Forza. Oh yeah, that's right. Forza 1. Oh, I pumped out. I've got this thing of 99% in games, and I guess that gets us back to the start of the conversation where I said I've just literally 20 minutes ago platinumed Gran Turismo Sport. I 99%ed Gran Turismo 3 and 4, and I 99%ed Forza 1 and 2. So I've yet to 100% a game, race car game, until now. So this is it. No. This is done. I can't. Yeah, I did come back for Gran Turismo 5 and 6, but just a console pleb. I think it was it Gran Turismo 5, where it was the first sort of online time trialing, like officially, like the Nismo, was it Nismo Challenge or something, or Nissan Academy?
Yeah, that's when the GT Academy started opening up.
Yeah, well, I remember having a go at that. I can. It's probably all a false memory now, but I remember sitting on the couch, loading up Gran Turismo 5 and going to the competitive section to post my time. And I sat there and I grinded a few laps and I was dusting my shoulders off about how awesome I was. And I went to the leaderboard and I was something like 4,500 or 4,900. And I was like, I cannot drive any faster than that. Like, that is my best lap ever. And it was so demoralizing.
You just realize how crap you actually are.
Yeah, I was like 4,000 fastest in the world. I'm like, the car can't be driven any faster than that. And I think that's the last time I did any competitive racing or anything on a game until GT Sport was dropped. And even the early days in that was, fairly depressing, checking the leaderboards early on in the game. Like, I try and encourage a lot of the players now when I run into them. And they're like, I'm 2 or 3 seconds off the pace, or, as bad as 4 or 5 seconds off the pace. I was over 10 seconds off the pace, mate. So it can be done. You can learn how to game the game.
Yeah.
And, it's just all about learning and having fun. I think the most I've improved is just having fun, like playing it in your lounge room by yourself. That's a little bit of fun, but once you meet a couple of people and start talking shit, like we're saying, having conversations and meeting people, it
gets a lot more fun, mate.
Yeah, because we all have that competitive edge. I guess that's how we got into this, got into the competitive side of the game. And yeah, I think we talk about it on every party chat, just having that friends leaderboard with all your mates there, the same blokes you're going to talk shit with on a Friday night in a lobby doing some practice racing. That's the same names you try to beat every time you go out for some hot lapping.
Well, that's
And
who I
which
look for when I do get into a lobby. I think we were talking about this the other day. You sort of you get into a lobby and you're like, all right, where are my friends? Where are my friends? And it can be a bit disheartening when you're kind of all alone and your buddies aren't in there, and then you start seeing some of the other names that we were sort of talking about, and you're like, oh god, which can.
This race is going to be fun, not in the fun sense.
Yeah, as in interesting, but something we can talk about later on, I guess.
Yeah.
But because you've been, it's been you started Gran Turismo pretty much from the get go, GT Sport.
Yeah, day one, I believe.
Day one.
So I don't think I bought it day one, but I definitely bought it within the first 10 days. So.
Yeah, because I'm almost just on 12 months, I think.
Yep.
So was still just playing with the controller.
Yeah, definitely. The controller days, I don't know. I sort of miss them, and I don't at the same time. Like recently, as part of getting the platinum trophy, I've been playing controller versus AI. I was actually getting pretty handy again on the controller. It's a different game though. Like I was purposely playing on controller because I didn't want to just have my mind caught up racing against the computer. I was like, if I'm ever sitting in like the sim rig, it's driving fast time. If I'm on the controller, it's casual, have a little bit of fun time. So
yeah, well, I'm controller time for me at the moment with Project Cars 3. So and
that's right. Yep.
That will just be a controller game.
Yeah, so the update hadn't been dropped. Last we were talking about how did the update go? What did they change?
I don't know. Nothing. Wheel still doesn't work.
Same game.
It's crap.
And what else have you been grinding lately as well? ACC. So you got on
I got into a bit of
ACC.
I got into a bit of ACC. It's a good game. It just lacks the online. The ability just to jump in whenever you want, which is why I just keep going back to Gran Turismo. But if you want to get into ACC, you speak to Joe, to CSTP Info Jad, because he is smashing it.
He's the man. I think some of the things we were dreaming of when that game was dropped was the enduro side, the PC enduro side.
Yes, yeah.
Just bringing enduros to console. Like most of the blokes, I guess, listening to these early episodes will be in some of the party chats with us. But talking about blokes jumping on iRacing and going over to PC, just the enduro side of the game. I think that's the only thing consoles are really, really lack at this point. And I think ACC probably could have done that if they didn't want to go. If they didn't want to go head to head with Gran Turismo on the daily race sort of thing, maybe they could possibly look at doing a once a week enduro race sort of thing. So a Saturday afternoon race and a Sunday afternoon race, but it's just once a week. It's like a team enduro, and then they could probably become like the console specialists for that. If they I think that would be a fairly heavy draw card.
Maybe something Gran Turismo 7. Who knows what's coming in GT7.
Yeah, well, I guess there is a market on the consoles because I think Gran Turismo is probably always going to be the gateway game and stick to its sprinting, like its sprint racing. It's good to see that it's good to see the new FIAs are going out to 35, 40 minutes. That's almost like a proper race length, even though that will stretch my concentration. Sort of around the 20-minute mark, I'm already getting a bit dull.
You do. That's when radio silence starts coming in, isn't it?
Yeah, mate.
Radio silence, sweaty gloves.
Yeah.
Sweaty gloves.
Sweaty palms, sweaty gloves.
Daydreaming.
I'm going to have to get a drink pump or something. Take on water. 40 minutes. Yeah, for anyone that watches my streams, yeah, just the long racing of just even when we do it, like in a casual lobby, if it's a long race, it's a real struggle for me to stay in the zone for that long, or trying to regain the zone. Generally, start to drift off a bit.
Well,
but,
good to see you streaming again too, mate. I know you had a bit of a break with because
yeah,
of work and that, and you kind of sucked me into just doing random streams in this great lockdown in Victoria.
oh mate, Victoria's living the dream, mate. I get asked by friends over here, is like Victoria really that bad? It sounds like it is.
Yeah, no, we're all right. But anyway,
Yeah, on to bigger, better things. But yeah, like I think I really like. I like this idea of like an enduro game coming onto the PlayStation or to the Xbox. So even ACC, if they could do sort of cross-platform enduros for consoles, you would instantly get all the guys that like the long-form style of racing.
oh, definitely
moving off Gran Turismo.
There's still a gap
there.
there.
Is a lot because there's a lot of league races that they like to do like the 1 hour format or a 2 hour format, like once or twice a month. So there's definitely people out there. I think probably the smaller lobby size on Gran Turismo hurts a bit too. But maybe the PS5 will be powerful enough that we can have, like, the arcade can eat it too, like, regards to graphics and the ability to have lots of players in the room at the same time.
Well, I guess we just wait and see, and I mean, we'll adapt anyway. I mean, that's the thing with Gran Turismo 7. Are we? I mean, we've chatted about this before. Are we just? From what I've seen, it just looks like we're getting GT Sport with Gran Turismo 5 menu, a few other little tuning sort of things, etc., because the gameplay looked exactly the same to me. I didn't see any ray tracing or anything, so...
Yeah, exactly. And if the most we're going to have is like some shadows moving across the road, it's not going to be the game changer.
Well, bring my shadows back. I mean, that's what's happening, mate. We've noticed that for months of tracks, trees, poles.
Yep. Trees disappeared, crowds disappeared, shadows on the ground, tyre marks disappeared. Cars now not rendering until you're probably within like half a second of them. So you just run up.
My decals looking terrible.
Oh, definitely. Yeah, they definitely murdered decals. You don't. 2-pixel decals.
Good times.
Nah, plenty of good times. Let's just get a little bit of hate on the game we love.
Well, there's a lot of things in Gran Turismo not that we don't like, but things could be better.
Yeah, as always.
But we still go on the track. We still drive. Still doing manufacturers. We're dipping our toes in nations. I mean, we are just with our Slapper account.
Yep.
So there's no worry, really. Just going for trying to get the fun back, I think.
That is the most important thing. And it's, one of the things in a podcast I listen to, always talking about the fun. Just like, if it's not fun, stop. And you just really do have to enjoy it. Like I got a little bit on Struggle Street. Talking about the new penalty system, actually, I've noticed I've cranked out, say, maybe 10 to 12 races in the last 2 days, and these are the first 12 races I've done in the new penalty system. It seems like I'm the only bloke that didn't know it was the new penalty system. I seem to be the only guy getting penalties, but I've really enjoyed it. Like, no one is... The ramming has been extremely minimal, and I'm generally an early breaker, but a long trail breaker, so I'll be on the brakes probably 5-10 meters early, but I'll trail all the way down to the apex. And I've noticed people just almost coming to tap me in the rear, but they're getting hard on the brakes because they've noticed that I've broke a little early. And instead of just letting my rear bar be their brake, that you can see in my mirror that they just like pull up. They're like, oh shit, he's broke a little bit early. I better get on the picks. Whereas the old penalty system, There was no way that used to be one of the most infuriating things because like I said, I'm about a 10 meter earlier breaker, but I lengthened my trail break. But I would always get rear bar tapped. And then I would miss my apex, then I would miss my drive off the corner, and then I'd get overtaken down the next straight.
Yeah, I'm definitely not a fan of just the rear bar tap, a tap here and tap there. I still believe in it's a non-contact sport.
Yep.
I know it's hard with simulation.
Yeah, definitely.
It is a game. There's no fear or that, but
yep.
I guess that's what we, can sort of talk about with episode 1 is the penalty system.
Yep.
Yeah,
I think I like it.
I'm with you, mate. I think the problem with Gran Turismo is that they keep changing the penalty system too much because people will have a bit of a cry. Yep. It's not fair, and then it gets dumbed down, and then we're back to sort of square one. I mean, they've been doing it for the whole time since I've played, and I'm pretty sure for the 2 years, chopping and changing. It really needs just to be left at, this is what the penalty system is, and people need to adjust to it. It's as simple as that, mate. Yeah. That's how I see it.
Like I was saying, I was the bloke that couldn't adjust to it. Like I had a bloke pull a bit of a cheeky move on me, so I pulled a bit of a cheeky one back on him, and I ran him out of road. I hung him out to dry on the outside, and we made contact. And I got a 4-second penalty, and I was like really upset. I was like, "Oh, that's bullshit! 4-second penalty. I shouldn't have got that." But in saying that, like you also shouldn't be running someone off the road. I should have left a car's gap there. I should have, he had the right to be there.
You should have.
And I was just getting a little bit, you know what I mean? Like you're just getting rude or arrogant or, all of the above. And, it's just a little bit more respect. And I think that'll be the last time I run a guy out of road. So, if it has to be that strict for people to
this
learn.
Is that big willow, was it?
Yeah, this is that big willow, just down into turn 1. I think he moved to the inside. I moved to the inside to cover. He moved to the outside and got alongside. And then sort of, I don't think he ever really turned. Actually, sorry, he went up the inside and I lifted off early and turned it in to come back under him. Sort of like the over-under, and that put him on the outside as I pulled up alongside, and then he was so slow on the apex I got alongside, right up past his door, probably front bar to front bar, as in, right next to each other, dragging out of the corner, and I was just a bit rude. I just thought, nah, that's it, mate, you're getting like half a car's width. You can put 2 tyres in the dirt there for trying to pull that move, because he did like a big lunge under brakes, and and I got a 4-second penalty for it. And then I was spewing, like I was so angry.
Yeah, you would have been angry.
I was like,
you would have been sweaty too.
Yeah. I was like, this is bullshit. Why am I getting a 4-second penalty?
You streamed this one, didn't you?
I think so.
This was the race where you got all the penalties.
Yeah, I think. And then, I backed it up. Then I got put back. 4-second penalty put me back to, say, 8th or something. And then trying to get back through the field, I was getting a bit aggressive on other people's doors as well.
Yeah, I watched that. I watched that, mate, last night. It was good to see.
Keep pulling, but it was good. It pulled me head in. The next race, I timed my overtakes a lot better. It wasn't so eager to get past.
Well, there's plenty of laps to. Yeah, there's plenty of laps to get past. I mean, I think one of the things we don't see enough of is the yielding. I know I think I was streaming the other day, and in one of my races, Phonon had come in, and he was in the Renault, and of course off the line at Big Willow, he's going for first place from 5th, because the Audi just is a slug, and I can't remember the player, Agile somebody, both into
Agile Blaze.
Yeah, Agile Blaze took him. Kind of took him out, and had a bit of a laugh, of course. But yielded halfway on the back end of the track. Gave the gave the posse back pretty much. So I don't think we see enough of that. There's too much sort of tapping here and tapping there, and just just the old drive off, and you're in the gravel going, thank you. But it's part of the game. But I don't see a problem.
It seems to be so much cleaner,
system,
though.
Mate.
No, me neither. And I'm glad I got punished. Like, not glad I got punished, but
I'm glad you got punished.
Just makes you pull your head in. Yeah, well, definitely. You
love
can't
seeing you getting slapped, mate.
That's always fun.
Yeah.
I do
love watching
enjoy
you getting a little bit emotional on there. Come on.
I do enjoy getting blocked. Trying to come back through the field. That is one of my favourites. It's always fun. But move on to the defensive line, and you're like, "Oh, why did you do that, mate?"
No, I'm not.
I wasn't going to hold you up.
Yeah, I'm not a fan of the blocking. I think we've. I mean, that's another thing. I don't understand it. It's not real racing to me. You're just gaming. You're gaming the system. Coming out of a corner and sticking to the right hand side because there's a right hand corner up. It's like you're giving up your entry and exit speed straight off the bat.
Yeah,
it's like, why don't you just stick to your driving line, mate? And if someone's faster behind you, mate, they're going to get past you.
Yeah, it's trying to minimise your race time, isn't it? Versus your position. Sometimes you got to remember.
I think after from starting to watch you, and then your sort of style and your all the things that you're sort of interested in, like split times and deltas and stuff, and total race time is what I'm kind of thinking of when I do race. And I mean, that's, I think I'm a pretty consistent driver that can smash out pretty good lap times in a race in traffic, only because I don't want to fight. I don't want to. There's a time to make a move, of course, and try and get on with it. But I'm always one for letting somebody pass me so I can get a tow. At least might be on a different strategy, because you're just wasting your time. Like, I think my nations race the other night was just a laugh, mate. People fighting willy nilly, and we're going around corners and we're almost at a standstill because you're fighting for 10th or 11th, and you're just like, guys, work together, mate, and you can get back up through the field.
Yeah, exactly. Trying to remember the big picture. Yeah, one thing I need to work on, I guess, is watching the rest of the field. A couple of times I've been called out from guys, from 5th or lower on a really nice, tidy strategy that they're working really nicely. And I get to the last 2 or 3 laps, and there they are, just sitting there. And you're like, where did you come from, mate? I haven't even seen your name on the leaderboard all race, and now it looks like you're going to get the job done.
Yeah.
Yeah. I got beaten by a solid 1-stop yesterday. Bloke on the alt strategy. I got caught up in the race doing racy things. And sure enough, he jumped.
Doing racy things? What are racy
11th?
Things, mate? What are racy things?
Like trying to battle people, trying to
Was this on the comeback of the after you got penalised, mate?
Yeah, one of the comebacks. Been penalised too much lately, actually. Yeah, and then you get caught up trying to overtake blokes really fast and do this and do that, and you're not really watching how the race is about to unfold. Right in front of your eyes, it just unfolds the other way. You're like, oh, didn't even have that guy on my radar. But
well, it has been good to see you on the track. I know you cop a bit of shit from most of the people on Discord that you're the time trialer. You're known as the time trialer, busting out those lap times, mate. The top 10, the wank board. Look at me.
But I have an ego.
Yeah, no, we've all got an ego, mate. It's just, we all expect to see in Inxile the names up there, mate. And I know a few people egg you on, but it's good to see you on the track through the end of the week. Big Willow's been a pretty good week for myself too. It's been never really raced it that much.
No, me neither.
And
I hadn't.
don't mind the
I'd
track.
only sort of
It's pretty good.
time trialed it. I think it was the Lewis Hamilton challenge that had me grinding for that. I think I had to do
that was a tough one
like
for you.
well over 1,000 kilometers, mate. Yeah, I think I did 1,000 or 1,500 kilometers trying to get the Lewis Hamilton diamond there. Really tough to stretch, but I guess after you do a couple of 1,000 kilometers at a track, flat out, you start to get to learn it a little bit. I didn't actually realize how well I knew that track.
You know pretty well, mate. And driving well in the front wheel drive cars. I mean, I don't mind the old front wheel drive cars.
Yeah, it's a new experience. I think we've had a lot of Group 4 race Cs in the last 6 months, so I have spent a fair bit of time. I've noticed my TT, I think, might have clocked over 1,000 kilometers today.
You might have to get a new one.
Correctly, I remember.
Have to get another one.
Yeah,
mate.
I think I might have to trade that bad in, mate. If this was GT6, mate, we'd be down 50 horsepower by now.
I'm sure you've got a few TTs in your garage, mate, because I know you don't get rid of any of your cars that you win or anything. So your garage would be quite full.
That has been a bugbear of the occasional bloke that watches my stream. It's just, oi, get rid of all those cars, mate. It's like, nope. Every single car that I've ever had since day one.
Yeah, even the crappy birthday gift that they give you, and you're just like, great, I've already got one of them.
Yeah. No, what's the crappiest car of the game? There's something worth about 10 grand or something, isn't there? You get one of them Daihatsu Charade things.
Oh, they're all right. They're not too bad.
Oh yeah, but you get 1,000 of them.
Yeah, no, I've got quite a few of the Samba Bus. I get quite a few of them.
Ah, yeah. Yeah, that's a pretty slug of a car.
It's like, I think I've gotten enough. But anyway.
Yeah, so what are we thinking for podcast time-wise? I think we're busting up over around the 32-minute mark now.
Yeah, 32 minutes. I think people are probably asleep now, mate.
Yeah, just getting into the regular end of phone call dribble. It's just, it's really interesting. I'm really excited to just mull over a few things, just talk about a few things. And
we'll get a better format. This is just an intro. Yeah, we're just dipping the toes in here.
That's it. Get it off the chest. But if you do listen this far and you want to know anything, definitely drop it in the comments. Just let us know what you are thinking about. Like any of the topics, bang, you're sitting there having a listen, comes to your mind, shoot it in the comments section, and it'll definitely make it into our episodes.
Yeah, so we can at least talk about something. You know, if there's something you want us to dribble on about, we can give it a go. I mean, it is just our views anyway, so don't have to take it word for word, but something to talk about. But all right, well, here we go.
Yeah.
Episode 1 done.
Well, this is it, mate. This is the first brick of the new house, or whatever they say, the first foundation, mate, first pole driven into the ground.
And yeah, so at least we're going to be able to put something up, seeing as a few people subbed already and are wondering what the hell is this is this channel about. So here it is.
It's been a good 6 to 8 weeks, maybe even longer. Could be as far as 3 months.
No, it was
longer. Trying to get this off the ground.
Yeah, there was a conversation a very long time ago about, hey, you want to do a podcast? Yeah, sure, sweet. And
yep.
Then we got the logo.
Yep.
And then that was probably about a month and a half ago, mate.
Yeah, just like that. Well,
fast movers, mate.
Yeah, we'll try and make it regular. Definitely once a week sort of thing. We'll tee up a time, make it regular.
Alrighty, well, thanks for the chat there in Inxile, James.
Yeah. Cheers, Furbs, Fatfurby, Adam, all the above. Responds to everything. Now respond to SimCaders as well.
Yes, we will respond.
Is it Bananas 1 and Bananas 2? What's them? Banana in Pajamas thing, or is it Banana A and Banana B?
Oh, you're getting close, mate.
No one
B1,
knows.
B2.
Oh, yeah, I knew it was something like that. Okay,
How I
so
know
wouldn't
that,
be
I don't know, mate.
SimCaders 1.
Yeah,
No,
it's M1 and
don't
it's
make me
M2.
start busting out Peppa Pig quotes.
Oh no, please no. I had that.
Yeah.
I had that for a long time with my child. All the good times.
Mm.
I do miss it, but I mean, this is just
Oh,
turning into another podcast channel.
yeah, definitely.
Kid
Oh,
shows.
well, till next time.
All right, mate. See you, bro.
Cheers, mate. Catch you.